If you want my really angry, passionate thoughts on this, then today's Observer Live, the first segment, that's your go-to. But I do have something I haven't said on any show yet that I just thought about when you were recapping this. And that is that this fucking segment here, you know what this fucking segment here was, Tom? This segment was a beautiful illustration of what a fucking broken fucking system this is in WWE today. Like, it's so fucked up, and we saw all of it in one segment. Because as you noted, the fans are chanting Becky 2 belts. They're chanting for Becky as a babyface. Well, I don't know if you guys are aware of this or not. She's supposed to be a fucking heel. She came back is exactly... Remember we ranted about Seth Rollins, where Seth had this fucking horrible character. He's the Messiah. It's horrible. It's boring. It's the worst fucking shit he's ever done in WWE. He leaves for a while. He goes home and becomes a father, and they bring him back to television, and it is the perfect opportunity to go babyface with Seth Rollins. And he comes down to the ring, and he's getting cheered, and he goes right back to the fucking Messiah. And apparently Seth did like an interview and talked about how he thought he should come back as a babyface, but they decided they wanted... It's like, well, here you go. Here's another one. So it's the exact same thing with Becky. Becky comes back after being gone over a year and giving birth to... She's a mother now. And the first thing they do is they decide they're going to turn her heel. Which, by the way, the whole reason she became the biggest women's star, and arguably the biggest star in the whole company, was because they tried to turn her heel and the fans got behind her. Well, who could have fucking thought that you turn her heel after giving birth and everybody is cheering her as a babyface? So that's fucking broken. She's in the ring here getting cheered. You've got 2 women's titles. You had a women's evolution that you hyped up for years and years. Now what's your women's evolution all about? Well, you had a Queen's Crown fucking tournament that you gave no respect to any of the women. It's a bunch of 1 and 3 minute matches. Nobody gives 2 fucks about it. The winner is a woman who didn't win in a fucking year. She went a year without winning. Then she wins the Queen's Crown tournament. Entire tournament, the fucking quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals. The whole fucking thing is over in less than 20 minutes. And then you've got 2 women's champions who are holding these toy belts, which, by the way, are fucking toys because there's Velcro on them to keep them on. They're holding these 2 fucking props. Oh, well, this one's red, and this one's blue. Oh, well, you're on the blue brand, red champion. Well, you gotta switch the fucking belts like fucking morons. Nobody wants to do it. They bitch about it backstage, and the people backstage go, Vince wants it. Vince wants it. Yeah, nope, Vince wants it. Yeah, Vince wants it. Yeah, Vince wants it. Ah, fuck, fine, I'll go out and do it. They go out and do it. They're both pissed off about it. One of them fucking flips her lid. Then the other one flips her lid. They start throwing shit at each other on live television. I got a buddy who works at WWE, and he hates AEW. And he's always tweeting me, or he's always texting me these pictures of, like, a clown's face because something in AEW thought was a fucking clown show. I'm like, fucking brother, if something like this ever happened on Dynamite or Rampage, you wouldn't have enough fucking clown emojis. And by the way, there's an infinite number of emojis. You're not limited. You wouldn't have enough fucking clown emojis to send me if that happened on Dynamite. Here it is in the main event of your live fucking show on Fox. The biggest fucking clown show I ever saw. Charlotte goes backstage to get a big fight in front of Vince. They're like, get the fuck out of this building. She gets escorted out of the building, probably goes right to Dynamite, although she wasn't there, but she was probably in the hotel with Andrade. And by the way, Andrade missed his fucking cue on the show on whatever day it was, probably because he was texting her. She's telling me she got kicked out of the fucking building. The whole thing is a fucking hilarious tragedy. It encapsulates everything wrong with his whole fucking company in one goddamn live fucking segment. And I laughed and laughed, and I hoped Vince was so pissed off about it because it's all his fucking fault. I'm done.
First of all, Zelina winning the Queen's Crown tournament is a Cinderella story that we should all applaud.
I was hoping that when she dropped that fucking belt and Sonya goes, pick that fucking belt up, Charlotte was going to say, you pick it up.
Dude.
So I was like, yeah, you pick it up. So you know what's going to happen if you tell Sonya Deville to pick that fucking belt up? She's going to shove that belt up your ass.
Yeah. Sonya Deville is now the biggest baby face and badass on this show, as far as I'm concerned, because she took control of that segment as best that she could. She was like, she was going to take that belt from Becky. She fucking yelled at Charlotte. She had to come break up the fight at the end.
Dude, Sonya was a hero in this segment. She was a hero because Charlotte...
You could tell she had it, too. She's like, oh,
does not want Becky to hold up both belts. So Charlotte plays keep away with her. She makes Becky look stupid. Well, as soon as that belt dropped, which Charlotte, by the way, said was an accident...
What ridiculous.
But it's irrelevant, Tom. It's irrelevant whether it was an accident. She still played keep away and made Becky look stupid. Whether she fucking dropped it or not is irrelevant. But it's better that she dropped it because Charlotte's whole character is, hold the ropes open for me. Take my robe off. Put my robe somewhere. She fucking drops a belt on the ground and Sonya's like, pick that fucking belt up. And she picks that belt up, which I'm sure she was thrilled to have to bend down and pick that belt up. But she did because Sonya was taking no shit. The problem was then Sonya was not going to let Becky do this two belts thing. She was like, we ain't doing this tonight. Give me, because you know they were supposed to, because she took the belt from Charlotte and she starts to give it to Becky, but then she thinks, oh no. This is already a fucking shit show. I'm not giving this to you, she says. We're not doing this tonight. Give me that belt. Now Becky's pissed. She fucking throws the belt at Charlotte. I'm like, oh my fucking God, look at this segment. Howling at how this went down. No sympathy, not a shred, not an ounce of fucking sympathy for Vince and Pritchard and Dunn back there probably fucking crying on the headsets. I hope they cried crocodile tears. You deserve it. The crowd should have chanted, you deserve it.
I'll tell you what, though. Got a lot of people talking.
It sure did. They're turning it right into an angle, dude. Or they're going to try.
Yeah, well,
Becky may be like, fuck off, I'm not turning this into an angle. I hope she does. But they're going to try.
Dude, I'll just tell you, whenever something like this happens, do you remember, and I mean, they handled this a lot better than they'll handle this. When they brought back Matt Hardy with the Edge and Lita affair angle, he was so hot. So hot. That angle was so hot. And then they just fucking buried him.
Drop the fucking
within a
ball.
month.
Yep.
Within a month. I don't even know what I was doing. I don't know. I was certainly not a wrestling analyst whenever that went on. And I knew this is a fucking mistake. Like, they could make something out of this. They could make this a great angle. They could make this so hot. But I don't think it's going to happen.
Drop the ball.
Yep.
So anyway, that was the show, everybody, and
well,
one to watch.
We do have Survivor Series coming up.
Yeah, it's one to.
So that'll be interesting.